What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship. We've got just so much homebrew coming down in the next few weeks. Unfortunately, I did lose this request, as some of these requests truly are months and months old, and I couldn't find the comment. But you know who you are when I say, at the request of, well, you. We're covering the Hindu goddess Kali. If you have any requests for this series, throw them in the comments. And remember that patronage at any tier lets you jump to the front of a very long line. But today, this episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship was brought to you in part by Archon. Thanks for your help, my friend. Now, let's hit it. So, in Hinduism, Kali, who is known by many names, is one of the 10 Mahavidyas, which combines the Buddhist and Sakta goddesses. Her earliest appearance is that of a destroyer of evil forces. She's the goddess of one of the 4 subcategories of the Kulamagra, and over time she's been worshipped by devotional movements and tantric sects variously as the Divine Mother, the Mother of the Universe, the Ultimate Reality, things of that nature. Though, of course, she's been depicted in several shapes, sizes, colors, and numbers of arms. She's often portrayed standing or dancing on her consort, the Hindu god Shiva. Now, there are a million different legends for this goddess across a million different tellings. To keep it consistent for a god that we would see in a tabletop role-playing game, we're gonna latch on to that slayer of evil thing. Legends tell of thieves who, a long time ago, wanted to make a human sacrifice to Kali, but chose a Brahmin monk as their victim. The radiance of the monk was so much that it burned the image of Kali, who took living form and killed the entire band of thieves, decapitating them and drinking their blood. But in her most famous legend, the goddess Durga and her assistants wounded the demon Raktabija in various ways with a variety of weapons, but they found that for every drop of blood that was spilled from the demon, he would reproduce a clone of himself. Of course, the battlefield inevitably became filled with his duplicates, and so Durga summoned Kali to combat the demons. Kali consumes these clones of Raktabija as well as himself and dances on the corpses of the slain, appearing directly out of Durga's forehead, armed with a sword and noose, bearing a skull-topped staff decorated with a garland of skulls clad in a tiger's skin, with a gaping mouth, fearful, with her tongue lolling out, having deep reddish eyes, filling the regions of the sky with her roars, and slaughtering the great asuras in that army. So, yeah, Kali takes on a very unique form as far as our destroyers of evil, but more on that later. In Pathfinder, there's definitely a lot of room for any of the Hindu gods and goddesses. For one, on the continent of Vudra, it's definitely directly stated in Distant Shores that the Vudrani religion worships a pantheon of thousands of deities. If that wasn't enough for you, several creatures from Hindu mythology appear in our bestiaries. Bestiary 3 has the Asuras, Bestiary 5's got the Manasaputras, as well as the Vahana, a combination of an elephant and a crocodile, because why not? So the stage is paved right now in Pathfinder to add Kali to your world, and here it is for you, 100% homebrew, courtesy of us here at Black Dragon Gaming. If you think you could do it better, throw it in the comments. But despite all of the very classically Western-speaking, not good things that Kali's known to do, she is in fact known as the destroyer of evil, and nothing is more lawful good to me than that. Her domains are destruction, war, law, and protection, with the subdomains rage, hatred, blood, and judgment. Her favorite weapon is the scimitar, and her symbol is an image of herself standing over Shiva, wielding a severed head and a scimitar. To perform Kali's homebrew deific obedience, spend an hour chanting a mantra to Mother Kali, visualizing her form and never wavering from feelings of love for Kali as if she were your mother. At the end of the hour, make her perform dance check while waving fire, casting spells that give off light, or any other similar effect with a DC 10 plus half your level plus your charisma. If you succeed at this check, you grow 2 additional arms, as if you had the multi-arms racial trait taken twice. If you fail at this check, you must immediately make a diplomacy check at the same DC, asking Kali for forgiveness. If that check succeeds, your obedience is complete, but you do not gain the additional arms. Now, Sentinel boons grant us Cheetah's Sprint 3 times a day, Enlarge Person twice a day, or once a day Vampiric Touch. At 16th level, as a swift action, you may manifest a Cerulean Nimbus, which is a reflection of a previous version of the multiverse. While this is active, you gain a +4 shield bonus to AC, the Frightful Presence ability, with a DC 10 plus half your hit dice plus your Constitution or Charisma, whichever is higher, and you may dismiss the Nimbus as a free action, even when it is not your turn, to reroll any one saving throw or negate a critical hit. Your Nimbus can be manifested a number of times per day, equal to your hit dice plus your Charisma or Constitution, whichever is higher, though these rounds need not be consecutive. At level 20, you may designate a number of allies equal to your hit dice as sworn allies. While designated as such, you and designated allies both bear a glowing rune on your forehead for as long as the designation lasts. You may dismiss the designation as a free action. This rune cannot be hidden by magical means, but it may be hidden by mundane ones. You and your sworn allies share any teamwork feats either of you possess, and once per day as a swift action, your allies may summon you through the rune as if it were a gate spell and you were an extraplanar creature. So, if you really need to split the party across planar boundaries, you're good. Anyway, Exalted boons. It's Mage Armor 3 times a day, Beast Shape 2 into a Tiger only twice a day, or once a day, Rage. At level 16, you may treat the Scimitar as a monk weapon, and any scimitar you wield gains the Key Focus ability as long as it is drawn. At level 20, you may make 3 additional attacks during a Flurry of Blows action, each at your highest base attack bonus, but only with a scimitar wielded in each of your hands. All of your attacks suffer a -2 penalty when you use this ability. Evangelist boons grant us Anticipate Thoughts 3 times a day, Mind Thrust 2 twice a day, or Instigate Psychic Duel once a day. At 16th level, when you bring an enemy to 0 hit points while using Bardic Performance or Raging Song, you regain a number of rounds per day of either equal to half your hit dice plus Charisma. As an immediate action, when you bring an enemy to 0 HP, you may move into their square and begin to dance upon the body. The movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Finally, at 20th level, you gain a Bite attack. This is a primary natural attack that deals 1d6 points of damage for a medium creature. When you deal damage to a creature with your Bite, you deal 1d4 points of Constitution damage to your target and regain a number of HP equal to your hit dice. So those are all really fun and really powerful, right? Yeah, Kali's a really powerful deity. Too many gods multiplying, you summon Kali, it's taken care of. She's like Ragathiel on steroids, and I really like that. The Western notions of lawful good, as in like Iomedae and Torog and gods like that, are cool, but they've never really appealed to me that much. Honor and justice is one thing, but sometimes you just need to cleanse the world of evil. Kali's got it for you. Oh, by the way, she's lawful good, and you know what that means. That means she's got a paladin code. I have to admit, this one's not homebrew. I decided I wanted to Google some mantras to Kali, because Kali exists right now. People on planet Earth literally worship this. After flipping through several mantras, I've landed on this one, and this mantra will serve as our paladin code. O Mother, who is present everywhere, who is embodiment of Universal Mother. O Mother, who is present everywhere, who is embodiment of power and energy. O Mother, who is present everywhere, who is embodiment of peace. I bow to thee, I bow to thee, I bow to thee. Repeated over, say, like the course of a deific obedience. And as of Planar Adventures, of course, deities are passing out boons now. I see no reason for Kali to not grant you the ability to rage as if you were a 20th level barbarian for 20 rounds, used with caution. Now, okay, this definitely doesn't feel like a lawful good god in any way, shape, or form, right? I definitely had to stare at this one for a while and put it together, because when you're just looking at random Google searches for Kali, because I personally know not a whole lot about Hinduism, you get images of a blue-skinned, 4-armed woman, sometimes 10-armed, but no, players, you can't have 10 arms, be happy with 4, holding some dude's head dripping blood into sometimes a bowl, sometimes just the ground. That's not what we think of when we think of paladins, right? It's not the thing. However, I suppose that's nothing more than Western culture telling us what good is and what evil is. One good way in my head to bridge the gap here is the knowledge that Kali is also treated as the divine mother, right? All of her worshippers then therefore might be her children, and what do you do? What did you do as a child when, like, maybe you got bullied outside in the playground? You'd run to mom, right? Because mom was safe. And then sometimes mom gets really angry, and there you go. There's Kali, mother of the children of Vudra, who will take no flack from the Asuras. She'll just kill them all dead and drink their blood. But what do you guys think about Kali? Have you played a Vudran character? Have you played a character that's worshipped some of the Vudran gods we already have? And what do you think about Homebrew in Pathfinder right now? Are there any Homebrew gods you'd like to see? Because, they go in the comments. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more sweet, sweet content. If you guys are liking what you're seeing with the Homebrew, remember, when my Patreon reaches the $750 a month mark, we're going to start putting together our own world guide in a Homebrew setting. Will Kali appear? Maybe, maybe not. But I definitely have a lot of Homebrew toys in my back pocket that I'd love to share with you guys. I just need your help with the extra money to, pay for professional art and stuff. It's definitely been a long time goal of mine, and with your help, we can make that goal real, and of course, you as patrons would get access to the stuff free of charge. But in any case, the next episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship is even more Homebrew. It's the Norse god Freyr. See you next Wednesday.